please.
Yes, Fran Evans, Evans.
Excuse me. I know. I'll tell her. Please, is it working?
Okay, there you go. Fran Evans, Evans. I'm here on behalf of Huntington County.
Give me your address first,
Okay,
please.
100 Main Street, Huntington, New York, 11743.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And you have new evidence.
I have a letter from Huntington Town Councilwoman Susan Berland that you would like me to read as part of the record.
We do have that letter in the file, but I will let you read it.
You
Go
don't
ahead.
have a letter from, I don't believe, from Councilwoman Berland.
What?
Do you have a letter from Councilwoman Berland?
Yes, I believe we do.
I think you have one from the town of Huntington, possibly.
Is there one in there in the file? All right,
Okay,
I'll let you read it. Go ahead.
thank you. With reference to the above application to build a Chick-fil-A on Comac Road near Henry Street in Comac, I write to reiterate the numerous concerns expressed in the June 8th and July 17th letters submitted by Craig Turner, planner, on behalf of the town of Huntington. The high volume of traffic in this area that will be exacerbated by this proposal raises serious concerns regarding ingress and egress to the Imperial Gate community for residents living on the Huntington side of Comac Road. It is my understanding that 2 curb cuts will be eliminated and traffic will be directed to the one single light at Imperial Gate. I would like to go on the record as requesting that during any traffic study and site plan review for this project, a dedicated right-hand turn lane be considered to alleviate traffic backups in the right lane along Comac Road for those seeking to turn into the Chick-fil-A project. Please include this letter and request as part of the official record.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, please.
Hi, I'm Steve Haber, Haber. I'm with the town of Huntington,
All right,
100 Main Street, Huntington, New York, 11743.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, is this the first time you're speaking?
Yes,
And you
ma'am.
have new evidence.
I have a letter that was sent to you on July 17th from the Planning Department of Craig Turner that I'd like to read into the record that applies to and helps reinforce with Mr. Stern.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you for sending a copy of the trip generation numbers prepared by RMS Engineering for our review. These are helpful in understanding the traffic flow that is expected into and out of the site. However, these numbers do not directly address the town of Huntington's concern regarding the function of and impacts on the traffic signal at the intersection of Comac Road and Imperial Gate. The town of Huntington is requesting a traffic impact study for the project, and this should include an accident analysis using the most recent 3 years of available data at the intersection and within 500 feet of all approaches, and shall include details of accident history and collision diagrams. A Q analysis should be performed at the signalized intersection. A highway capacity analysis should be completed for the signalized intersection using the latest version of Synchro for the AM, midday, PM, weekday peak periods, as well as the weekend peak period. All traffic data collected in regards to trip generation rates and local pass-by trips should be included in the appendix.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. We do have that letter in the file, but if you want to give it to the other, you have it?
Well, this is a blank without a letterhead.
Okay, we do have the letter.
Yes, you do. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Next, please.
Hi,
Hi, did you speak before?
I've never been here before.
Okay, and do you have evidence or just?
I do have something to add professionally. My name is Randy Zelkin,
Spell your last name.
Zelkin. I live at 30 Stonehurst Lane, Dix Hills, New York, 11746.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak. As a professional that works with severely and not so severely disabled children, adolescents, and adults, both my husband and I, it's very disheartening to me that a development could potentially push out YAI, which services people with disabilities. And it's extremely, extremely upsetting to me that people who thrive on structure, who thrive on repetitive, who thrive on an environment that's safe to them and supportive could be potentially lost. And these people who go there for a source of life and well-being, education, emotional, physical, academic support, And I think it's really imperative that in addition to what everyone else has brought to the table, that that population is also taken care of and considered.
Thank you.
And I look to you for thinking of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, please.
Hi.
Again, I'm going to ask you.
I have spoken before. I have new evidence. And after I speak, I would like to call on Steve Schneider, who is a professional I hired to speak for me as well.
Well, if you have someone to speak for you, then let him speak for you.
I have evidence to add in addition of my own. He's a professional engineer. He has professional things. I have things that I've collected on
All
my
right,
own.
let me have your name, please.
My name is Amanda Roth, R-O-T-H. I live at 31 Stonehurst Lane in Dix Hills.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. I have photographs of an accident that occurred after our last hearing. There were 3 cars severely damaged, had to be put away on flatbed at the intersection of Comac Road and Henry Street around 8 p.m. on June 17th. I have photographs of our intersection, our traffic light that we rely on every day, being gridlocked, not at AM peak hours, not at PM peak hours, but at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. In the summer, when there's no school, people are on vacation. I couldn't get out. I had to wait. The light was blocked. And then additionally, I have photographs of traffic, again, 1:50 in the afternoon in July, where cars try to make a right turn off of Comac Road onto Henry Street, which I believe this county has said that may alleviate the access off of Henry Street, may alleviate some of the traffic on Comac Road, but this photograph shows that Henry Street itself backs up all the way to Comac Road. So I don't see that as a source of alleviation of traffic off of Comac Road when Henry Street itself is backed up all the way to Henry Street, to Comac Road, and that is a significant occurrence. And then I would also just like to add that when we were here on June 9th, Mr. Baker stood before you and said that he had a traffic study that he could submit to you and would do so before this hearing. He submitted an 8-page document of trip generation studies. As everyone that's spoken before me has said, the professionals, that's not a traffic study. That's
Okay.
not what you asked for.
We did not ask for a traffic study.
Yes, you did.
No, we didn't.
We did not.
Yes,
We
you did.
asked for any evidence that Mr. Baker had that he would
You
submit.
said a traffic study.
We did
I'm
not.
sorry,
Okay,
but I
thank
beg
you.
to disagree. I'd like to call Steve Schneider to speak as well. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I
Steve
know
Schneider.
you've been here before.
Yes,
And
I-
now, do you have new evidence, or you're going to just repeat?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me have your
I
name
even made it
again.
even easier for you. I wrote a report for you, so you'll have all the evidence.
Thank you. Okay, let me have these, please. I'll pass them out. Thank you so much.
Yes, my name is Stephen, with a V and an N, Schneider, S-C-H-N-E-I-D-E-R, principal at Schneider Engineering, 1 Comac, C-O-M-A-C, Loop, L-O-O-P, Suite 14B as in boy 3, Ronkonkoma, New York.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to not go through the whole report because some people have already mentioned the items about the Suffolk County DPW. I would like to add, though, a couple of quick items. First of all, everybody said that the Suffolk County DPW really doesn't have much to do about this, but they really do. And the reason why they do is they own the traffic signal. They also own the curb cuts. Because of that, they have direct input into what goes on there, what can go into the shopping center, what can't go into the shopping center. They also have to know the amount of cars that are going to be going in. They have to know the amount of cars that are go out. So a traffic impact study, as I mentioned, I apologize last time, is really required for this type of a case. I'm not going to go into anything else about that except that it really should be done. It's always been done throughout all the towns that I've been to. And in 45 years, I've been to quite a few. I'll also like to mention that the applicant, and I was looking for it, had said last time specifically that he had given a traffic impact study to the county. Well, he didn't. And we all know that now. So because of that, I delved a little bit further to see what was given, what wasn't given. I found a few traffic studies that were done previously here, and I'd like to bring them up. I did not discuss them last time to you. I'm not going to go in any particular order that's in my report, but what I'm saying basically is there, but I'd like the audience to be able to hear part of it as well. I'm going to start with my point number 12, and that talks about the Heartland Town Square Supplemental Traffic Study Report. That was prepared in June of 2013 by VHB Engineering. They determined that a no-build scenario in 2017, which is the year they were looking at, means that if nothing is built, be it their project or any other project, just based on growth alone, you would have a level of service of F, as in Frank, at the Comac Road and North Service Road intersection. And why is that critical here? That's critical here because the cars are being backed up, queuing not into the future chicken restaurant or the Dunkin' Donuts, but actually on the street. And they're being queued from that particular location, which I'm sure most of you know and have seen, all the way up to and past the development that's up to and including Henry Street. And I believe that, I don't know if they gave you the pictures, but I've seen pictures that actually show trucks that are sitting there for 15, 20, 30 seconds, not moving whatsoever, and staying and blocking that intersection near where this proposed new signal for the four-way would go, as well as through and up to including Henry Street. So there is a level of service F. I may have mentioned it last time, I usually do anyhow. Level of service means it's giving a grade to an intersection, like the grade to a test score. If you get an A, you're the only one in the road, it's wonderful. You have an F, well, it's not too good. In this case, they would have an F, all right? So there is major issues there. The county realizes it. I'm sure you realize it. And I personally think with all the work that's been said and done by all the new information that came in, that possibly a planning department would have something to say if they think that a traffic study might be important at this particular location because of the traffic. Now, we don't even know what the accident history is here yet. They didn't even give us accident numbers. That's always in the traffic study. That was not there before. I'm trying to talk about things that are new to me at least, and therefore to you from me. In addition, yeah, I'm not going to go into the information that was given by RMS, Suffolk County DPW, planning, et cetera. Did not like the study. It did not hit the proper answers. It did not address the answers. Part of the study talked about numbers they counted in center each at a Dunkin' Donuts. Well, that's very nice, except that's only one location and not nearly as busy, possibly, as Comac Road. All the other facilities within the site, they looked at ITE, which is the industry standard, Institute of Transportation Engineers, ITE. They were looked at on all the other sites within the site plan, but for some reason, Dunkin' Donuts, they did not consider it. And the reason why they didn't consider it was that it was 83% less traffic in their numbers than what ITE had, and I have that in my report as well. So you could see some discrepancies. They didn't go into the details. I, in fact, did go into the details. And you'll see that very clearly in my report. Let me just try to save some time, if you don't mind, I'm sure. RMS report is unacceptable. Everybody says it, I say it, 45 years of experience. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next. Have you spoken here? Yes. Do you have new evidence, or are you just going to tell me about the traffic?
I'm not going to talk about the traffic. I actually wanted to ask what they're going to do about the increased crime in the area that we've had since the big boxes come in, and what they're going to do about that.
First of all,
But
let me have your name and address.
Okay, Deneen Tellez, Tellez, 11 Cedar Ridge Lane, Dix Hills, New York.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Since living in our home for 10 years, we've noticed an increase in crime in our neighborhood, especially since the big box retailers have come in. So I'd like to know what they're going to do about, you know, what their suggestions would be about alleviating more influx of people and possibly an increase on that. Also, I'd like to know what they're going to do about the noise, the impact of the noise in our area, because it has gone up, especially with the removal of a lot of the trees that have been blocking our neighborhood. When the big box retailers came in, they said they would put a whole line of trees to buffer our neighborhood from the noise, from the increased congestion that it would bring, and it was a half-hearted attempt, a very poor attempt, so.
Thank you.
And I'm also here to support everyone.
Okay, thank you. Next, please. Again, I'm going to ask you, have you spoken before?
No, I have not spoken
Do
before.
you have evidence?
No, but I would like to
What?
speak about the situation. I have not spoken before.
This,
I am entitled to speak, and that's what I am here for.
okay, go ahead. Let me have your name and address.
My name is Judy Burns. I live at 17 Cedar Ridge Lane in the New Imperial Gardens.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. I've lived at that address for 22 years. It was our dream home, and over the last few years, things have deteriorated. You spoke earlier about the adverse impact and asking other people how things are impacted with the variances. Well, our quality of life is adversely impacted by this proposed plan. I had to come home at lunchtime due to family situations every day to try to get back on the expressway at 1 o'clock. There is gridlock. It's like New York City at Christmas time. You cannot move. And I think that you have to consider the quality of life of the people of Imperial Gardens in the town of Huntington before you make a decision about this proposal.
Okay, thank you. Next, please. Did you speak last
I did
meeting?
speak before, and I do have something that I would like to read, which is minutes from the last meeting in which a traffic study was requested. My name is Marlene Kasman. I'm at 41 Cedar Ridge Lane.
Spell your last name.
Kasman. Minutes
And
from the
raise your right
last.
hand, please. Do you swear to tell the
Yes.
whole truth and nothing but the
Yes,
truth?
I do. Chairwoman Dio, are you going to be able to go back to the podium? Excuse me, just a minute, please. Are you willing to do a traffic study? I believe you had said that a traffic study was not requested. This is in the minutes. Mr. Baker, I believe the county has one. Chairwoman Giandio, the county has one. Mr. Baker, I believe. Chairwoman Giandio, do we have that traffic study? Mr. Baker, no, I don't think so. No, because it would be with the county. Chairwoman Giandio, it would be with the county. Mr. Baker, I can drop off the road improvement plan. Can we have a copy of it, please? Chairwoman Giandio, can we have a copy of it, please? So this does prove from the minutes of the last meeting that a traffic study was requested and was not provided
Excuse me.
today.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
Dale Lerner, 43 Cedar Ridge Lane, Dix Hills. I do.
Okay, go ahead. Quick.
I just want to say that a few members of my community have repeatedly tried to find out how the existing traffic light will be changed and how it will impact our community coming in and out of the development. We cannot get an answer because we were told that the light cannot be revised without a traffic study and analysis. So it's what comes first, the chicken or the egg. But meanwhile, we're the ones that are going to get impacted.
Okay, thank you. All right. You
Mark
spoke
Roth.
last time?
I did speak last time. I have one quick remark.
Okay.
I do.
No.
I just
Give
hereby.
me- Stop. Give me your name and address, please.
Mark Roth, 31 Stonehurst Lane.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. I just request that the hearing remain open until there is a complete traffic study submitted.
Okay,
That's all.
thank you so much. Next, please. Have you spoken before?
I have not spoken before.
Go ahead.
And
Your name?
my name is Dr. Bernard Nash, 9 Longacre Lane, Dix Hills, 11746.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. The reason I use my name as a physician is I have not heard anything said about the ramifications of all this traffic on healthcare delivery, including ambulance services to our neighborhood. We have many homes. We have people ranging from very young to quite old. I am very concerned that ambulance and fire trucks will have great difficulty entering our neighborhood, especially during routine hours during the day when there is gridlock. We live in a very dry environment now. If we have a fire, will the fire engines be able to get in? I have not heard that discussed. In addition, there are many physicians who live in the community besides myself who get called out at all times of the day and night. I have had the occasion of, during the week, when I happen to be home, get called in for an emergency to go into the hospital and not being able to get out of the development because there's gridlock in both exits. I think that has not been mentioned. I think it is of great concern to the health and well-being of the people in our development, and also for the health and well-being of patients we take care of who we may not be able to get to in local hospitals.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Baker, do you have anything you want to add?
With Mr. Stern's comment about a traffic study, met with Suffolk County DPW with the original plan. They did not require a traffic study. They know the traffic on all the adjoining roads. They did want to see trip generation and queuing, which we gave them. Okay. They did not get the latest plan. The latest plans were sent out. Suffolk County Planning got them. Everybody got them. Suffolk County DPW did not get the latest plan. But traffic would not be addressed at this point in time. Once we have our variances, then I can apply for a site plan application. Once that's approved, the building department issues a 239F to the county. At that point, official conversations happen with the traffic signal. I've met with them this morning about the policing of it, and RMS is working up a plan for that. I've spoken to Chick-fil-A, and we're probably going to do a staggered soft opening, open Chick-fil-A soft for about 2 weeks before any of the other stores open to see what traffic does. There was Gil made reference to Sonic on Deer Park Avenue, that was backed up. Totally different operation with Sonic. You order your food, you park your car, and they come out with roller skates and serve you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, no?
All right, thank you. All right, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
I have one question.
Oh, go ahead, wait a minute.
Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker.
I have a
Mr.
question
Gardullo
for
has a
you.
question.
I'm a little unclear. Was the county provided with the most recent site plan prior to June 5th?
To when?
June 5th. Prior to June 5th, did the county have the most updated site plan?
No, it was not sent to them by Suffolk County Planning. I learned that after our meeting, that they did not have the latest plan. Once I learned it, I got them the latest plan, and they have all the latest plans.
When was that given to them?
About, I would say, 3-4 days after the hearing, when we realized they didn't get it.
Okay.
But Suffolk County had it, but Suffolk County the county had it, but DPW didn't have it?
Didn't get it. Planning did not send it over.
So planning had it, but they didn't forward it to DPW?
It wasn't forward. And that seems like that's sometimes a pattern. There'd be no way we'd know if it was distributed or not. When I spoke to Bill Hillman and Bob Hillman and Dan Dresch, I thought they had the latest plan because everybody else had it.
Okay.
When they said they didn't, they were provided the latest plan, which they have now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
Second?
It really moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our hearings for tonight.